It begins with Hoffman, visibly terrified, clutching a file. He enters a restaurant and takes a seat. A man, a pharmaceutical CEO, walks over, sits across from him, and claims not to know him. Hoffman insists he knows him very well, handing over the file with a clear warning. His helper has a copy. If he or his family are harmed, the police get the file. The CEO offers reassurances, takes the file, a picture is snapped, and he departs. A moment later, Hoffman gets up and leaves as well. We are introduced to Ash, who starts following Hoffman, guiding him toward a safe escape. After a short time, Hoffman makes his getaway. We discover Ash is Hoffman's mentioned helper, holding the file copy. Safely home, Hoffman messages Ash that his payment is sent and their arrangement is complete. Ash then takes his copy of the company file and locks it away in a safe. The following morning, our focus shifts to a girl named Sarah. While she is walking, a man identified as Dawson is tailing her. Sarah has a meeting with a man and lays out her situation. She was formerly employed by a drug company where she created a medicine. The drug was a breakthrough, but she subsequently discovered it could provoke food allergies. She brought her report to her senior. That senior looked at it, altered the report, corrected all the errors, and claimed everything was okay. "Don't worry," is what the senior said. Sarah failed to grasp why they would do this. It would place millions of lives at risk. She made the choice to come forward. At first, she was transferred to another division. A couple of months after that, she was let go. But their campaign wasn't over. The harassment began. Now, she is certain her life is at risk since they know she has a copy. She is weary of this endless surveillance. She is followed constantly. She wishes to negotiate with the company and hand back the file, but she also requires a guarantee, no danger to her life. She has lost all faith in them. She believes that even with the file returned, they would still kill her. The attorney listens, then writes down a number, explaining these people can assist and will hear her out. He clarifies that he is unable to help directly and has no idea who is connected to the number, just that they will handle her case. Sarah departs. Outside, she discovers her vehicle is ablaze. Her anger flares. She dials the number the lawyer gave her. There's a specific protocol. Leave your predicament as a voicemail. If they decide they are able to assist, they will phone back. Sarah follows the instructions. Concurrently, Ash is attending a therapy appointment. When the session concludes, he returns home. He retrieves Sarah's voicemail, listens, and begins to conduct research. He investigates Sarah's public profile and social media accounts. After his initial vetting, he agrees to help her. The following day, he initiates contact through a specialized relay device. This service allows anonymous conversation. All communications are directed to Sarah. Messages are transcribed and sent to prevent tracking. Anything Sarah types is relayed to Ash, and likewise, Ash's responses are securely transmitted back to Sarah. Sarah communicates she had been extremely worried. She often thought about simply running away, but now she no longer wishes to. The medicine side effects are quite severe. Some patients may have mild reactions, while others could even get cancer. But the company shows no concern. They even offered her a financial settlement previously, but she refused to accept it. Now she is incredibly frightened. At times she wants to save people. At other times she wants to save herself first. What if they actually kill me? A van is still parked outside my house right now, she communicates. Upon hearing her fear, Ash warns that her phone could be compromised and they must cease using that communication line. His suspicion is correct. Dawson's crew is monitoring her phone and successfully traces the relay device's physical location. The following day, they raid the facility, but the service's policies are ironclad. They maintain 0 records of conversations, which means Dawson's operatives come away with absolutely nothing of value. In the meantime, Sarah acquires a fresh SIM card to speak with Ash. Ash states his initial fee is $50,000, but reassures her that a larger sum will be hers after he finalizes a deal. He questions Sarah about why the company is pursuing her so relentlessly. She explains the corporation was preparing to acquire another business. They fear that if her information gets out, the acquisition will fail, costing them a fortune. Ash grasps the entire situation. He instructs her to follow his directions exactly, without deviation. He also informs her that they will be communicating via codes in all messages. With that, he ends the call and makes photocopies of a set of rules. We then notice 2 phones beside him. On one, he places yellow tape. On the other, red. He forwards a copy of these rules to Sarah. Sarah receives the full set of instructions. Soon after, she receives a call informing her she must take a 2-flight route to arrive in Pittsburgh. Sarah consents to the plan. They instruct her to leave her personal phone behind. You are to use the red-taped phone, she is told, and you must not use the other one until we instruct you. Sarah complies with these orders and boards her flight. However, Dawson and his crew are present as well. What they don't realize is that Ash is also aboard, his appearance completely altered. Upon arriving at the airport, Ash proceeds to the lost and found counter. He leaves a bag there, clearly marked with Sarah's name on it. Shortly thereafter, a public announcement for Sarah regarding a bag at lost and found is made. Dawson overhears this and immediately sprints toward the location. Ash then contacts Sarah, instructing her to disregard any announcements and to follow his commands precisely. Her task is to mail 2 packages. Sarah heads off to mail the packages. Just as Dawson gets to Lost and Found, a second announcement for Sarah echoes through the terminal. Dawson dashes toward the new location, while Ash discreetly photographs the entire team. Before long, Dawson understands he has been played. It was a diversion to draw their focus away from Sarah. However, Dawson had assigned a woman, Rashidi, to keep an eye on Sarah. Rashidi observes Sarah mailing 2 separate packages. After mailing them, Sarah exits and discards the receipt into a garbage can. Dawson's whole crew converges on the scene. They realize the full extent of the deception. He mailed 2 packages deliberately to mislead us. All the crucial information is inside one of them. Later, Ash speaks with Sarah, explaining that once the packages are received, they will verify all the evidence before they engage with the company. There is no reason to be scared. You've successfully sent the documents to us. Our team will handle it from here. But your presence is required when the deal is brokered. We will be present too. Sarah queries, "You'll be there?" Ash responds, "You will not be capable of seeing us, and we will not ever meet." In the interim, Dawson's team gets to work. One of his agents travels to the Oklahoma post office to install a surveillance camera, as the receipt gave them 2 possible destinations, Oklahoma and Michigan. Rashidi gets to Michigan and begins inquiring about the package in question. The postal clerk informs her that he is not permitted to release that information. Rashidi provides the tracking number and the recipient's name, claiming the package belongs to a friend. The clerk searches the system and reports they have no package matching that name or tracking identification. Rashidi is completely baffled by this development. The truth is revealed. Ash is incredibly shrewd. He utilized a mail forwarding service, redirecting the file to an entirely different, 3rd location. Mail forwarding is a clever service in which a package's new destination is not reflected on its original tracking number. We then follow Ash as he arrives at a 3rd, undisclosed post office. He retrieves the package from this location and returns home. With all the documents now in his possession, he places a direct call to Sarah's former company. At her former place of employment, he clarifies that he possesses a 311-page document with every single food assessment report. He proposes a deal. The primary condition of this arrangement is that his client must be left alone. The message is intended for the corporation's CEO. However, Ash is not one to remain idle. He stays close to Sarah, observing her from afar. After a short period, he approaches Dawson's van, placing a burner phone inside. A few moments later, the phone begins to ring. Dawson answers it. Ash states he has the entire report. If they fail to leave Sarah alone immediately, he promises to leak all the reports to the media. Their reputations will be utterly destroyed. But should they wish to avoid that outcome, their team must depart at once. Furthermore, they will come to an agreement. He will provide the files, and in return, he demands $500,000 in cash. They will then receive the original papers. But he will retain a personal copy indefinitely. If they should ever harass his client again, he will return. If they accept these terms, they have 24 hours to procure the $5 lakh, specifically in cash. Upon hearing all of this, Dawson exits his vehicle and signals his men to back off. Shortly thereafter, he re-enters the van and leaves. Sarah expresses her gratitude to Ash when she witnesses this. Ash clarifies the job is not yet finished. Once the transaction is finalized, she must exit the city for a few days. This arrangement is not permanent. She will be able to come back. For the coming months, however, she must send him a message daily. It will be a voicemail. If all is well, she is to say all right. If she senses any trouble, she will say better. Sarah consents to all the conditions. The following day we find Ash, who is out with a woman by the name of Washington. They had both been in therapy. It is then revealed that the two of them were once addicted to alcohol. Wash serves as a police officer. From their dialogue, we understand that the two of them have quit drinking. The next day, Dawson lets them know that he has consented to pay the required money. Ash then informs him that the payment must be sent through a post office. Dawson's team reconsiders their plan carefully. The package where the men have put the money also contains a tracking device, inside of which a battery has been installed, allowing this tracker to work for the coming 4 days. Sarah is now also able to move freely outside her home because she is no longer being followed. In the evening, she speaks with Ash. Ash then recommends that she should listen to a song. She is playing that exact same song. Ash browses her social media profile. We then learn that Ash has started to develop some kind of feelings for Sarah. He violates his personal rules and then calls Sarah directly. Yet these two only discuss professional matters. After their conversation, he understands he made a clear mistake. He then shuts off the phone. The next morning, he heads straight to the post office. There, he again utilizes the mail forwarding service, redirecting the entire sum of money for them to deliver it to Sarah. Later that night, he gets a phone call from Dawson. He explains that the file they received was noted as being 311 pages. However, the true original file is 327 pages long. 16 pages are still unaccounted for. They demand to get those pages as well. Ash phones Sarah and questions her. She replies that those 16 pages are identical. There is nothing different. Ash becomes extremely angry and tells her he had previously explained how they conduct these deals. There was absolutely no room for this kind of error. He instructs her to bring those 16 pages to Times Square tomorrow. Sarah complies. Upon reaching Times Square, he says a bookshop is directly in front of her. Go there and place those files inside, then leave. Sarah does as instructed. Then it is discovered that Dawson is also here with his entire team, and he is keeping watch on them. A little while later, Ash finds out that Sarah has committed another mistake. The location he instructed Sarah to put the files was not where she placed them. She left the files in the wrong location, and Dawson's team is now heading there. He cannot understand what went wrong. He then notices a beggar. He hands her some cash and provides her with instructions. She must establish a small kiosk before the store, and using the kiosk as cover, she must retrieve the files. She does precisely that and flees with the files, but Dawson gives chase after her. He ultimately managed to apprehend the beggar. Before he could, Ash escapes with the files, and upon returning home, he calls Dawson. He informs him that he warned him against using tricks or tailing anyone. You are now a single error away. One more misstep from you, and I will release all the files. Dawson then offers him an apology. Ash lays out his revised terms. He declares that the ultimate deal will take place between Sarah and the CEO. Nobody else is to be present. Dawson consents. He phones Sarah and informs her of the final meeting, which is scheduled to occur on Thursday. And the meeting will be between Sarah and the CEO. Until that time, Sarah must phone in daily, but she can only respond with 2 words, whether or all right. And complete silence must be maintained during the call. After he says this, he ends the call. The following day, Ash shows up for his therapy session. Here, for the very first time, he speaks about his own life. He reveals that his actual name is John. He is a Muslim, and consuming alcohol is a sin within his faith. But following the September 11th attacks, it became difficult for him to remain in New York. That is when he began drinking alcohol. He got into numerous fights during that period, and many people attacked him. After some time passed, he began a job on Wall Street. There he witnessed corrupt things taking place all around him. He also attempted to speak out against it. He was then intimidated, and a person offered him some money and made him sign a non-disclosure agreement. After hearing his words, everyone feels for him. Ash leaves that place and begins preparing for the final deal. He tells Sarah there is a table reserved under the name Adam. Come and meet me there. He sits outside and watches the table, expecting Sarah to arrive soon. But when she doesn't show up after hours, he then calls her. She doesn't even pick up the phone. He realizes that something is wrong. He starts heading toward her house. Then he receives a text from Sarah. She says that Dawson might have recognized him. He also knows his name. So now she will go alone for the deal. I do not want to get you caught. Here Ash understands that Sarah's life is in danger. He knows Sarah is now at a concert and Dawson's people will soon grab her. He runs and goes there, setting off a fire alarm. When Sarah is running, he grabs her hand. Sarah does not know who this man is. Then he says the code and tells her, "It's me." They both run outside and get into a cab. Sarah asks Ash, "Why are you helping me?" Ash replies, "This is my job." Sarah says that no one helps anyone this much. "What is your name?" He says that his full name is Ashraf. "Everyone calls me Ash." Ash says that she has to go now. He takes her to the station. As Sarah is leaving, they both look at one another. Sarah thinks that he is going to kiss her, but he just touches her hair, and Sarah departs from here. He watches her go. A few hours after her departure, Dawson calls Ash. He says, "Sarah is with me." Ash replies that if he does anything wrong, then all the files will go public. "What don't you understand?" Dawson says that he now holds all the cards. "I need the rest of the files. You have only one choice. Tell me where you have hidden the files. I will go there and get the files. Then I will let you and Sarah go." But Ash cannot do that. He does not want them to find the location. And along with Ash, the lives of his other partners will also be at risk. Ash thinks a lot about this. And finally, he sends a message to the police officer. In the morning, he starts walking towards Sarah's house. Then he sees that their van is parked here. They capture Ash and beat him. He sees that Sarah is also tied up here. But as soon as Ash gets an opportunity, he begins killing everyone one by one. And he beats everyone and throws them out. Now he is about to leave with Sarah. Then Sarah attacks him. Then Dawson beats Ash. And here we learn the whole truth. That what Ash was thinking until now, Sarah is not that girl. Sarah is the leader of Dawson's team. They wanted to reach Ash at any cost because Ash has Hoffman's file, the deal we saw at the start of the story. Now they force Ash to take them to the warehouse. Ash goes to the door, but he intentionally enters the wrong password, which fills the area with smoke. He takes advantage of this and runs. As soon as Dawson's man approaches him, after killing him, Ash takes his gun. He keeps on running, but no one is able to catch him. After a while, after shooting at him, Sarah appears in front of him. They have pointed guns at each other. After thinking for a moment, Ash puts his gun down and tells Sarah to shoot. But she cannot do anything. Before that, the police arrive there. That is, Walsh's team. She arrests everyone and asks Ash what is happening. Then Ash says that he has the files of the illegal activities of the companies. Because of this, the companies can be ruined. And all these people had come here to get those same files. Walsh thinks for a bit and asks, "Where did you get these files from?" Then Ash says that this is his job. Then they take him too. But after a while, Ash is released. He goes straight to the other post office and takes out the package from there, which is all the money. The tracking device only had a 4-day battery. Ash keeps half the money for himself and sends half of the money to his company. Now he is going to disappear from here forever. He had also sent all the files to the media. The meeting of the pharmaceutical company we saw at the story's beginning. His file is now public. Now everyone knows what this company was doing. And this story ends here.